Genesis 13, verse 1. So Abram went up from Egypt to the Negev with his wife and everything he had, and Lot went with him. Abram returns to Canaan with Lot. Genesis 13, verse 2. Abram had become very wealthy in livestock and in silver and gold. Abram's wealth had greatly increased during his time in Egypt. Genesis 13, verse 3 from the Negev. He went from place to place until he came to Bethel. Abram retraces his steps back to Bethel. Genesis 13, verse 4. To the place where he had first built an altar. There Abram called on the name of the Lord. Abram worships God upon his return. Genesis 13, verse 5. Now Lot, who was moving about with Abram, also had flocks, herds, and tents. Lot had also become prosperous. Genesis 13, verse 6. But the land could not support them while they stayed together, for their possessions were so great. Their wealth leads to resource strain. Genesis 13, verse 7. And quarreling arose between Abram's herders and Lot's. Disputes arise between their herders due to limited resources. Genesis 13, verse 8. So Abram said to Lot, "Let's not have any quarreling between you and me, for we are close relatives." Abram seeks peace. Genesis 13, verse 9. Is not the whole land before you? Let's part company. If you go to the left, I'll go to the right. Abram allows Lot to choose first. Genesis 13, verse 10. Lot looked around and saw that the whole plain of the Jordan was well watered. Lot chooses the fertile land near Sodom. Genesis 13, verse 11. So Lot chose for himself the whole plain of the Jordan and set out toward the east. Lot decides to settle in the more prosperous area. Genesis 13, verse 12. Abram lived in the land of Canaan, while Lot lived among the cities of the plain and pitched his tents near Sodom. They part ways, with Abram staying in Canaan. Genesis 13, verse 13. Now the people of Sodom were wicked and were sinning greatly against the Lord. The region Lot chose was morally corrupt. Genesis 13, verse 14. The Lord said to Abram after Lot had parted from him, "Look around from where you are." God speaks to Abram after he separates from Lot. Genesis 13, verse 15. All the land that you see I will give to you and your offspring forever. God reaffirms his promise to Abram. Genesis 13, verse 16. I will make your offspring like the dust of the earth, so that if anyone could count the dust, then your offspring could be counted. God promises countless descendants to Abram. Genesis 13, verse 17. Go, walk through the length and breadth of the land, for I am giving it to you. God encourages Abram to explore the promised land. Genesis 13, verse 18. So Abram went to live near the great trees of Mamre at Hebron, where he pitched his tents. There he built an altar to the Lord. Abram settles in Hebron and builds another altar to worship God.